Guys, welcome back. But before we get into the video, I want to share something with you guys. Maybe do a little giveaway, and then I have an unboxing for the journal I was going to use this year. If you want to skip straight to the journal content, I'm going to put chapters in this video so you can skip right to it, but you are going to miss the cat, just fair warning. So let's get right into it with this announcement. I have put together this floral BUJO set on my Etsy as a printable. It has a 2024 title page, updated micro calendars with one set starting on a Monday and another set starting on a Sunday, stickers, and then a title and mood page for each month based off the birth flower of the month. Right now it's $30 on my Etsy site, but I am running a Black Friday sale that's going to go until this Monday the 27th with a coupon code Black Friday with Raven. I'm going to put the link for that in the description and the coupon code as well so you guys can use it. And I'm going to do a giveaway with this set that I'm holding right now. These are all printed on sticker paper. I can't guarantee the quality of this paper because the sticker paper I use isn't the best, but I did want to give someone the opportunity to win this, and here are the rules for that giveaway. So you have to be subscribed. You have to leave a comment tagging someone you think would like this BUJO set, and you have to write your favorite holiday food dish because it is that time of year, guys. I am going to do a drawing for the winner of this set on December 15th. Since I don't have a fancy way of doing giveaways, I'm going to reply to the comment of whoever won this floral BUJO set asking for you to send me a DM on Instagram. Then, just to make sure I'm giving this set away to the right person, I'm going to ask you on Instagram to edit your comment with a keyword that I choose as like a ghetto version of a two-step verification process. Then, after I've confirmed your identity, I can get your mailing address and hopefully get this to you before the holidays. I am planning on doing the same thing with my Norse bullet journal set. I will make that announcement and do another giveaway when I make my December setup video. So if you want to see that, make sure you're subscribed and that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss it, okay guys? Alright, and back to the video. Before we get into the setup of the video, I did want to do an unboxing for you guys. I'm going to use this journal this year. It's a Vivid Scribbles journal. I've used this journal before and I really liked it. I think they have changed their journal this year. It used to only be, I think, 120 GSM pages, which was honestly fine because I didn't do anything super intense. Hi, Oreo. Sorry, that's my sister's cat. I've never done anything super intense with this journal, and I thought the 120 GSM paper was was fine. I never had a problem with it, but they've upgraded their journals to 160 GSM paper, which also means that it is a tad more expensive. I'm gonna move my keyboard so my cat does not step on it. That also means that their journals are a tad more expensive, but I think this was $27 on Amazon, which I think is about the same price as an Archer and Olive, honestly. And I think that the price did change because they changed the paper quality. But yeah, the brand is a really good brand. I really like this journal. They come in these really nice boxes, which is great for gifting. And let me just open it up. This year I got, yes, you're just the star of the show today, aren't you? Oh yeah, baby. Anyways, this journal that I got is this like moth journal. It has a fabric cover to it. They give you these little stickers, which are honestly going to be great for the dark academia theme that I'm going to use for the setup this year. And they also give you little thank you cards which I think is really cute. Just really nice branding. Yes. You want to sit in my lap? Okay. Oh my goodness. Cords. Yes, hello baby. Sorry about that. But their journals are just really nice. I'm gonna set this aside. We might have more cat interruptions. He seems very intent right now. Baby, do you want to come over here? Come here. Just lay right there, okay? Just lay right there. Yes, you're cute. Anyways, so this is the journal, and this is the cat. Very good. Yes, very good. But the reason that I switched to this journal for 2023, which is a To Be Tree Mary journal, was because this has 20 more pages in it, and I was like, I might be able to fit a whole year in this notebook, because it has more pages. But one thing that I didn't like about this was I felt like the dots got super close to the edge, and they weren't super consistent. Like some of them were a different distance, like the printing on the dots just seemed off on some of the spreads and pages. The pen loop over here was on the spine for this journal that I had for this year, and I just could not get used to it. Like, I would keep a pen here, and then I would forget I had a pen, and I would open it, and then I couldn't see it, and I would be like, oh my god, I don't have a pen. So that was super annoying. But I mean, this was a pretty good journal. I just don't like it as much as the Vivid Scribd journals that I really have gotten familiar with. Yeah, but this has bright white pages. The dots are a little bigger, and they're not black, they're gray. Still have numbered pages. This, I think, has 200 numbered pages. It has a pen test page in the back. It has 200 numbered pages. It has a pocket in the back as well. And it has 3 ribbon bookmarks, and the ribbons are higher quality as well. And then it has the pen loop on this side, which I really like. And then of course it has an elastic closure. And this particular journal has a linen cover, so it's a linen cloth cover. The other journals that I've used with Vivid Scribbles have a pleather cover, which just also seem a bit more durable, because this cover is like really soft, so like there's like scratches and stuff in it from where I like either hit it on something sharp or accidentally scratched it really hard with my nail. So it's just not as like, the cover just wasn't as durable because I think it's like a softer pleather. But yeah, I did want to do that unboxing with you guys. This is the journal I'm going to use for this year, which I'm really excited about. I really like the feel of the linen. Yeah, and this also I think has, let me see. Yes, it does have a key and an index page in the beginning. I'm probably going to end up gluing these together just because I don't use it. But it's really nice to have in case you do use it. And then it has, this journal belongs to, which I might end up covering up as well. But I really do like these journals, and I always felt like the printing on them was very consistent, and it gives you a bigger border on this side between the dots and the edge of the page. And it lays flat, which is really nice. So yeah, just wanted to do that unboxing. Again, this is a Vivid Scribbles journal. I really do like their journals. 160 GSM, bright white paper, 200 pages, which is more than the Archer and Olive. I think they only have 160. So this is a really good alternative if you're like, man, I just need like 20 to 40 more pages to finish the year out in one journal. So that's also very nice. I might glue or sew charms onto the end of these because they're all the same color, so it would kind of be hard to see which bookmark is for what if you don't have anything to identify it with, but we'll see. Anyways, that's the unboxing for this, and then the next time you see me, I'll be setting up my 2024 bullet journal. Thank you to everyone who actually listened to that unboxing. I don't normally do live audio like that. I do like to have a script, but I wanted to try and do the unboxing in real time for you guys. And before I get a lot of concerned comments, I know I have 2 fingers taped together, but I promise that I am okay. I just cut myself in between my ring and pinky finger on some glass, and the cut kept opening because I was moving them, so I just taped them together to keep the cut closed. But it healed perfectly fine, and I am all good. Anyways, my theme for this year is going to be all about books. I'm hoping to illustrate a book cover for every month as a title page. It's going to look a little different than usual, but I'm hoping you guys will enjoy it. And so I thought it would be great if my opening setup pages were this kind of scrapbooky dark academia theme. So I'm just gathering up stickers, scrapbooking supplies, and then this tea-stained paper I made using the tutorial that Plant-Based Bride has up on her channel. She's an amazing journaling YouTuber. If you guys haven't gotten the chance to check her out, definitely give her videos a watch. She has way more followers than I do, so if you're watching this, you've probably heard of her, but I thought I'd give her a shout out just in case. And I'll link the video specifically about how she makes her tea-stained paper in the description. She's also a total book nerd, so I definitely drew some inspiration from her for this setup video. I also printed out a bunch of dark academia pictures that I grabbed off of Pinterest on my sticker paper so that I could use them in this setup, but I did make the mistake of printing a lot of them very large. Instinctually, I was like, oh, I like this picture, let me print it out really big, but that also meant that I couldn't use a lot of them because I still needed to actually put information or leave room for information on these setup pages. Now, my font for this year's setup is going to be this kind of hand-drawn calligraphy font. I don't have a type for it, and you'll see me reference letters that I've already done in this setup several times so that they stay consistent. But I didn't take it too seriously because I did want to have fun with it, and I wanted it to have this kind of raw feel to it. And I also put a quote on this title page that says, "Growth is uncomfortable because you've never been here before," by Christian Lure. It was a sticker from my Happy Planner set, I think, and I just thought it fit really well here. So this is my 2024 title page, and I'm also gluing the key and index pages together because I won't use them and I find that they get in the way. Now I'm using this page that doesn't quite close all the way as my quote page for this year. I found this quote that I really loved, and it says, "The magic you are looking for is in the work you are avoiding." It really struck home with me. I don't know how many times I've procrastinated the stuff that would push me forward either as an artist or in my career because I just felt like I didn't have the energy for it or the time. There are so many times that we let work drag us down, keeping us from the things that are supposed to really matter, and I wanted to remind myself of that. I do love art. It shouldn't be a chore, and I shouldn't dread doing it, but often it's hard for me to find the energy to start a project. So this is a way to remind myself that I do love the projects that I plan on doing, and that's where the magic is going to be. So I'm putting that quote on this picture that I printed out on sticker paper. I purposefully looked for an image like this that was mostly sky because I knew I wanted to do a quote page that had a quote with a background on it, and I think it turned out really well. I'm also using some of these Mucha stickers that I have. I'm honestly not sure where I got them, and I am sorry about that, but this kind of purple, magical feeling dream girl seemed fitting for this page and this quote. Now, I think the key to doing these collage pages successfully is really laying things out and seeing how it looks before you glue it down. You saw me layer the 3 main elements together to make sure everything fit before I started to tear up paper and glue stuff down, and I think that's really important. I think that's a place where a lot of people run into trouble, is where they just start placing things and gluing them down without really thinking, and then you can tell at the end of the day if that's really what happened. And then I'm just adding some more stickers from my various sticker sets to make this spread complete. Then I have this future log that I'm making into a Dutch door just like last year, so I don't have to make a second header for this page. I had this paper with these old looking stamp letters, which I used for the heading here because I like the look of it with these book micro calendars that I designed. If you guys are interested in these micro calendars, let me know in the comments because I can put them on my Etsy page if people are actually interested in buying them. I also made this decision that for this setup, I wasn't going to use my ruler. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I guess I thought it would give it more of like a vintage handmade feel, but I discovered that I suck at drawing straight lines. But I was committed at this point and determined to see it through, so you guys will see some shaky line work for the rest of this video. Please do not roast me in the comments. I know they're shaky, but you know, I had an idea and I committed to it. That is saying something. And after some more tea stain paper, I put in the corners some washi tape and more random stickers. This spread is finally done. Now my goals spread for this year looks awesome. I was really proud of it when I was finished with it. I was like, you know, this is pretty good. I had this image that I printed out really big because I thought it would be a great element to incorporate into a page border of some sort. So I used it here with this really dark black paper to really dip into the dark academia vibes for this one in particular. I also used an acrylograph pen for the header on this black paper, and I have to say it wasn't as opaque as I was hoping for. This was a new pen and I did shake it really well before I opened it, but it seemed a little watery and I felt like I had to go over the letters a few times to make it as stark as I wanted it to be. And then I have this little sticker quote, "You were made to do hard things, so believe in yourself," from another Happy Planner sticker pack. I think this one was actually called "You Are Okay," which I bought a few years ago when I was very much not okay. But I really liked the whole motivational feel of this pack of stickers. They also have some really good neutral and metallic sticker quotes that come on a clear background so you can like stick it over things. And I do wish I used stickers more often, but I don't normally, so they kind of go to waste. Maybe that's something I can do this year, is try and use more stickers. Anyways, for my two main gold boxes, I am actually cutting out more tea stain paper to glue in just to bring back that kind of old parchment vibe and highlight these goals in particular. I only have two main goals this year because I am working a pretty intense job. I don't know how many big personal goals I'll be able to achieve and keep up with, but for those of you who are new here, my main goals tend to be big projects that will take a long time to complete. One of my main goals for 2023 was to find a job in my field, which took months of just, editing my resume, applying to places, writing cover letters, following up, and all of that good stuff. Small goals that I have a box for here on the bottom are things that don't require a lot of steps and planning. Like, I want to finish knitting a project, or I want to finish paying off my smallest loan. So I put those as smaller goals that I can just write down and then cross off when I complete them. The next thing that I have is 24 24s in 2024. I've made 24 boxes that are 3x8 BUJO squares, and I've also made a Dutch door page for this using a cutoff from one of my old journals since they don't all fit on the one page. I used some of the stickers that I printed out that I meant to use as like background elements into smaller pieces for the headings for each of the 24 things. And I'm putting all of those together to make this kind of pattern that goes across the page. I'm not sure if I like how this spread turned out exactly, I was really hesitant on it, but I actually think it's kind of grown on me. I did the header for this spread last because I just wanted to make sure that I left enough room for the boxes themselves because it takes up a lot of space. And once again, I kind of struggled here because all the pictures I printed out for this setup were pretty big. So I didn't have as many options as I thought I would when I was trying to figure out what to put in some of these small spaces. Definitely something to remember and consider in the future. Next is my weekly reset page. Jashi Curran does this in her setups, and I actually find that this helps my mental health a lot. If my room and personal space is super cluttered, dirty, or messy, then I'm way more likely to fall into a bad headspace or some kind of slump. So I'm using this blue striped paper as a header and another sticker from my Mucha set that has someone doing laundry, which I thought was appropriate for this setup in particular. One thing about this page that I really struggled with in my 2023 journal was remembering what week it was. I could never remember if I was supposed to do my bi-weekly or just my weekly reset list, and because of that, it really kind of like fell to the wayside. So this year I'm including this list of weeks organized by month, basically marking where every Sunday this year is, which is kind of the designated chore day for me and the rest of my family because it's the only day of the week I can get them to actually help. Then I just made these boxes, one for weekly tasks, one for bi-weekly tasks, one for monthly tasks, and then one for quarterly tasks. I think that this page is going to end up being a lot more functional for me now that I have a way to mark which week it is, and hopefully I'll be able to keep track of everything and make sure everything gets done. I also put a picture of a cat on the bottom with a sticker that says total boss of everything, because that is a whole vibe when it comes to cleaning and doing work that you really don't want to do. Unfortunately, guys, I did lose the footage for these next 3 pages, and I'm really upset about this page in particular because it is a page that I think everyone should have in one form or another, especially if you struggle with depression, mood swings, or even if you just have a lot of bad days. When I'm having a shitty or off day, this is the spread that I always go to. It's my first course of action, and the first thing I do is I go through my questions to ask yourself list. These are things that I've learned over the years that will influence my moods and behavior. Like sometimes if I'm really absorbed in a project, I can forget to eat. And when my blood sugar crashes, I feel terrible and I don't know why. Sometimes it's because I'm dehydrated, sometimes it's just that the weather's really sucky, or I'm having some sort of caffeine crash. I always go through my questions list because if I can identify why I'm feeling bad, then oftentimes it either holds less power over me or I know what kind of steps I need to take to fix it. And then if I go through these questions and I still feel awful, I have a list of things to do that I know will make me feel better, whether it's finding a cat to cuddle, listening to some of my favorite songs, journaling to get my thoughts down on paper, or reading something that I know I will like. This page is a huge support for me when I need it, and I think it is so important for everyone to have a way to identify odd moods and ways to get yourself out of that headspace and feel better. I also lost the footage for this loans and savings page and my gifts spread. Again, guys, I'm really sorry about that, but something went wrong with the file and I just was not able to recover it. Now for my loans and savings spread, it is mostly blank because I want to wait until the new year to actually fill it in. That way I have a better idea of where I am with my finances on this, because I am still paying stuff through the rest of this month and December. I printed out these blocks and used, again, Plant-Based Bride's tea staining method so that I can assign a value to a brick and then cut out however many bricks I need to accurately reflect my financials at the beginning of the year. Next, I have this page to keep track of gifts. I am one of those people who kind of shop for presents year-round. If I'm out and about and I see something a friend will like, I will put it aside for a birthday or Christmas gift and write it down on the spread so I remember to give it to whoever it was intended for. I have a smaller section up top for birthdays and then a bigger section on the bottom for Christmas. I also realized as I was doing these pages in particular that this blue striped paper did not really fit into the dark academia vibes, but it still kind of fits into the realm of academia, I think. And I kind of like the contrast between some of the pages being like very clearly dark academia and then some of the pages being like light academia. So I'm not going to freak out over it. And again, I'm just trying to enjoy the process. Next is my health spread, and I do promise I have footage for the rest of this video, guys. I'm using this big floral heart picture that's on like dictionary paper that I printed out, and I realized as I was trying to tear it that my sticker paper doesn't actually tear. So I ended up cutting it a little bit with my X-Acto to give it a scrapbooky feel to match the rest of the spreads. With much difficulty. It was so much harder to cut this with an X-Acto than I thought it was going to be, and you'll just see me struggling. But I managed it at the end of the day. I also printed out this old library card style tracker at the same time as I printed out those bricks for my savings and loan page, and then I made a pocket for it in this health tracker so I could take it in and out. I thought it was a cute little design element that kind of brought it back to like this old library feel, and I actually really like how it turned out as well. And for my period tracker, and this is probably TMI for anyone who doesn't menstruate, but I do have a system to mark if I had a really painful cramps or if I had a heavy or light flow. I've never really had to have a key for this because I can just remember it, but I thought I would tell you guys in case somebody else wanted to copy this. So for bad cramp days, I use a square because it has sharp edges, and for normal period days, I use a circle. And if it's a light flow, I'll just do some hatching to fill in the shape, and if it's a heavy flow, I'll fill in the shape completely. And for spotting, I'll literally just put a dot. This system has always really worked for me. Again, I don't need a key because it just makes sense in my head, and I can always remember it. Because it's self-explanatory in a way, and I don't really need a key. But it's a good way to track your cramps and flow without a super complicated chart to do it. I am also doing 2 A Year in Pixel challenges this year. The first is the Les Mis challenge, where you read 1 chapter every day and finish the book by the end of the year. The second is a year of physical activity. Now, this isn't me challenging myself to go and work out every day because I know that is not going to happen. But I do want to challenge myself to just get up and move with intention every day, even if that's only getting up to stretch for 5 minutes. It's all about setting that mindset to encourage that kind of healthy activity. So I've put the numbers 1 to 31 down the middle of the page, and then just spread out 12 months on either side of those numbers to make 2 A Year in a Pixel charts for me to use. I don't know how successful I'll be with this. I've never done A Year in Pixels before, but I did want to try something new, and I also wanted to try and read Les Mis this year, so I thought it was a good time to start. Then I have my bookshelf page. I'm hoping to read 24 books this year as part of my 24 24s in 2024. So I left enough space for 24 books. I like to print out the covers and stick them in my journal. So I didn't draw the spines like a lot of people do for their bookshelves in their yearly BUJO. I also was really struggling once again to find an image to use here because I printed out all of my Pinterest images so big but I was able to cut this bookshelf cat down a little bit and fit him onto the page without interrupting where the books were going to go. I also have the outlines of the books very softly penciled in, so I know how big to print the covers and where they are going. Then I cut strips out of another one of my stickers to use as shelves, just to give it a little texture and interest, and then marked where my 24th book was going to be. And then this page is done. This next page I'm really excited to fill out because I do want to go more places this year, and I'm hoping that this trips to take page will help me plan them. I have a list on top for places that me and some friends can reasonably drive to and either spend a weekend or just do it as a day trip. And then I have this section on the bottom to plan a big vacation that I really want to take in September. I'm hoping to go down to New Orleans, but I'll have to see if I can book my family's timeshare for that time of year. I'm definitely going to go somewhere, I just have to figure out where. Another thing that I want to mention to you guys, please don't try and do your entire 2024 setup in one sitting. And I know that's really random, but I didn't know where to put that in this video. I ended up splitting up this setup over almost an entire week, where I was just working on it maybe an hour and a half every night, to just make slow and steady progress. If you start now, you'll have plenty of time before January actually rolls around, so plan accordingly. Don't try and do it all at once, and have fun with it, definitely. Then my last spread for this year is going to be a book design progress spread. I'm hoping to redesign a book cover for every month as a title page for the month in this year's bullet journal. I know it's ambitious, but I really want to finish a book cover basically every 3 weeks. So I wanted to make a spread to try and plan how I'm going to keep up with it. Right now it just has a bunch of boxes for each month because I'm not 100% sure what my process is going to be for these book covers. I will be able to make a more solid plan for how each square is going to look in December after I finish my book cover design for January, which will give me a better idea of how long they're going to take and what the steps for them are going to be. So I wanted to wait to fill in the details until then, but I am really excited about this idea and I can't wait to put it into practice. That's all for the spread, guys, and here's the flip through. Let me know in the comments what you think and which spread was your favorite. Don't forget about the giveaway for the Floral BUJO set, and if you're interested in a giveaway for my Norse BUJO set, then you have to check out my December BUJO setup when it comes out, because I'll be running another giveaway for that set in that video. I'm still working on the Norse December artwork, so that's the reason I don't have it up on my Etsy shop yet. And I am going to be honest with you guys, I think it is going to end up being purple and pink. I've been looking through my other artworks for this year, and I've done pretty much most color schemes except a purple and pink one. And that's the one I'm missing. So just be prepared for probably the most unfestive December setup that will be on YouTube. Anyways, good luck with your 2024 setup, guys. I do hope that this helped, and I hope you all have a wonderful holiday. Stay creative.